Hello everyone, welcome to Computer Studies for Class 8. This is the second video for Chapter 1 Operating System. In this video, we shall cover three more topics from this chapter. These are language translators, types of operating system, and user interface. So, let us start with language translators. So, language translators are the system softwares that convert a high level language program into machine language, or you can say a low level language. So the purpose of language processor is to convert a high level language program to machine language. So we user generally use high level languages to give instruction to computers, but those high level language programs are not understandable to the computer, so there is need of process of conversion so that computer can also understand the instruction. So computer can only understand machine language, so there is need of the software that convert a high level language program into machine language. So these are the softwares for this work. So there are three types of language translators. The first one is compiler. So compiler also converts a program written in high level language to machine language, but here the process of conversion differs. In compiler, conversion takes place in one go. It means if a program that contains, let us take 20 lines, so the whole program will be converted in one time. If there is an error, so it will not convert, it will only convert after removal of the error from the program, and if there is no error in the program, then it will be converted in one time. The second one is interpreter. So here interpreter also convert a program in high level language to machine language, but conversion here takes place line by line. It means if a program contains 20 lines of instruction, then it will convert first the first line, then second line, then third line, so on. So if there error comes in any of the line, so it will just stop there, and after removal of that error, it will now convert the remaining lines. So this is the basic difference between compiler and interpreter. Compiler converts the whole program at a time, while interpreter converts line by line. The third language translator is assembler. So assembler also converts, but it converts assembly language programs into machine language. So assembler software is used to convert assembly language programs into machine language. So assembly language is a second generation type language. in which every instruction is given in form of commands. For example, if you have to add two numbers, so there is a special instruction for addition, that is ADD. If you have to subtract, then it is SUB. If you have to multiply, then you will need MUL command. So such type of commands, predefined commands, are there in assembly languages, and this with help of these commands, instructions are given to computer, and here assembler convert those instructions into again machine language. So one thing you have to note down, or you have to remember, that only machine language can be directly executed by the computer. So machine language has combination of 0 and 1 only. So every instruction given to computer is converted into machine language. It means in combination of 0 and 1, so that it will be directly executed by the computer. So for this we need here language processors. So now let us move to our next topic, types of operating system. So as we all know that operating system actually connects user to the hardware. So there are various types of operating system. The first one is your single user OS. So as the name suggests here, single user, it means at a time only one user can operate this type of operating system. For example, you can take MS-DOS, Windows 95. So these two OS are actually single user operating system. The second one is your multi-user operating system. So again here multi word means multiple. So the operating system here supports multiple user. It means there is one operating system in a computer, and that particular operating system can be accessed by different users at the same time. For example, if you have seen in computing systems, then you can realize this multi-user operating system in which a single computer is available and a single operating system is installed, and there are several users, it may be 5 or 10 users can access that operating system at the same time. So Windows 7, 8, 10, Linux. So these are the multi-user operating systems. The next type is multi-processing operating system. So here multi-processing means a special operating system that supports only that particular computer that has several processors. Here processors means CPU. So if a computer contains two or more than two CPUs, then there is need of multi-processing operating system. So these type of operating systems are actually used in internet servers. So those servers can handle numerous requests from different users. The next one is time sharing operating system. So time sharing operating system actually gives equal time interval to all the currently running processes. For example, if there are four processes running in the computer, let us take these as P1, P, P2, P3 and P4. So there are four processes running in the computer, but actually CPU can execute only one process at a time. So what it will do, that it will divide equal time for all these four processes. It means if you take 1 minute as the whole time, so it will divide uh, its whole 1 minute time into all these four processes. So here each process will get about 15 seconds of CPU time. It means first P1 process will be executed for 15 seconds. If it is not executed within that 15 seconds, it will be halted, and again P2 will get the CPU for next 15 seconds. So in this way, time sharing operating systems perform their different processes. The next one is graphical user interface operating system. So in the short, it is also known as GUI operating system. Means an operating system that provides graphical user interface for user to interact with them. So this is called GUI operating systems. The another operating system can be your CUI OS. Here there is no graphic element present in the operating system. It means you have to remember complex commands for every operation you want to do in the computer. So this is just opposite to the CUI, in which commands are used for processing. Here graphical user interface is provided by the operating system, so that you don't have to remember all those complex commands. For example, here I am using this software. So this software has GUI elements. If I want to access open command, save a copy, save as text, so all these things I can do by click on the buttons or different options. But in case of CUI, you will have to remember commands for every operation done in this software. So this is the basic difference between GUI and CUI OS. Next is real-time operating system. So real-time means an operating system that executes its all program in a predefined fixed duration. It means first it will provide a particular time interval for execution of a process, and it will definitely execute that process within that predefined duration. So such type of operating system is called real-time OS. So the operating systems we use like Windows 7, XP, 10, so these are not real-time operating systems. Real-time operating systems are used in highly sophisticated operations, like in defense sector or in different science laboratories. Next is distributed operating system. So such type of operating systems are used to manage a group of independent computers and make them appear to be a single computer. Means these files of this operating system are distributed at several locations, but user cannot find out anything like this. User can only get the services from this operating system. For example, we generally use ATMs present in different location in different cities, because ATMs operate in distributed operating system. It means it has its file distributed in all over the locations. so we can access our bank account from any of the ATM in from any location. Next topic is user interface. So user interface refers to the interface through which user can interact to a computer. Means user generally interact to computer for giving instruction so that his or her work can be done by the computer. So this interaction to the computer is provided using the user interface. So the user interface can be CUI or GUI. CUI means command user interface, means whatever the thing you want to do, you have to remember the command, and using that command you can operate the computer. There will be no GUI elements present for any operation. But again in GUI, it is graphical user interface, and it provides several GUI elements like buttons, text boxes, menus, tab, list boxes, radio buttons, and several others are there. So using these GUI elements, we can directly interact using pointing, clicking, dragging with the computer. So in GUI, we generally use two input devices. One is your keyboard and other is your mouse. But in CUI only there is need of keyboard. We cannot use mouse in CUI interface. For example, CUI, MS-DOS, DOS here means disk operating system, and for GUI example can be Windows operating system or Android. So I'm going to show you these two different types of interfaces in this computer. For GUI, you can see here I have here several icons present on the desktop. I can easily click on them. I can open by clicking. If I have to create a new folder, I will right click here and use this new option and folder option. But in a CUI environment, there is no such type of provision, but we have to use their only command for doing any operation. So I am going to open disk operating system in my computer. Okay, now you can see this is your disk operating system. Uh, a black background and white text. We cannot apply such wallpaper here in the background of DOS. Here I am going to show you basic commands that we generally use for different operation in DOS. For this again I have to use a command, help command actually, HELP, and press enter button. So now you can see here these are the various commands, and these are the actually help topics for these commands. So these are the general command that we frequently use in disk operating system. So we have to learn and remember all these commands so we can use them in efficiently. Now if I have to clear this whole text, then I have to use again another command, CLS means clear screen, and press enter. Okay. Now you can see here, this is representing C drive, users folder and Ravi Prakash folder. If you want to visit some another folder, then you have to use again another command. The command here is cd, means change directory. Directory means here folder. Cd and name of the folder. For example, I am going to visit the desktop folder. So cd desktop and press enter. Now you can see, uh, after Ravi Prakash folder, I am now inside the desktop folder, and here on this desktop I want to create a new folder named demo class. So there is no such folder here, and I am going to create using this operating system. For this I have to use another command, mkdir, means make directory and a space, then name of the folder. So the name of folder I am going to take is demo and press enter button. Now let us see whether it is there on the desktop or not. Now you can see here there is new demo folder here. So in this way we can use this CUI environment for doing all tasks by using various commands. But if you want to create a folder using GUI environment, then just you have to right click anywhere, then go to new option and then folder option and type the name of the folder, demo1. So these are the two methods, one in GUI and another in CUI environment. So that's all students for this video. Thank you.